My sister demanded a car, an apartment, and designer bags as wedding gifts. I refused, skipped her wedding, and what happened next left the whole family in absolute shock. I'm Maya, 29F, and I really love my family, honestly, I do. But sometimes, that love doesn't mean much when someone's ego takes over and they start treating you like a walking ATM. My younger sister, Tara, who's 26F, is getting married next month. Good for her, I guess. She's always been the golden child, managing to charm everyone while our parents practically worship her. As for me, I'm the steady one, maybe a bit boring and apparently rich enough to cover everyone's expenses. I work in finance and I'm doing fine, but I keep my life pretty simple. I invest, save, drive a 6-year-old hybrid, and hit up Target instead of Prada. But in my family's eyes, I'm practically Jeff Bezos. A few weeks ago, I got an email from Tara titled, "My Wedding Gift List." Can't wait. I thought it might be a cute registry. Nope. What I found was a PDF packed with bullet points and prices. The first page was full of her gift suggestions. 1. A car, ideally a brand new Audi or BMW, and definitely not in red or yellow. 2. A down payment for a 2-bedroom apartment. Just $1,750 as long as it's in a decent area. 3. Designer stuff, at least 3 bags, like LV, Chanel, Gucci, but no knockoffs, please. And 4. If I'm feeling super generous, maybe cover the honeymoon flights as well. At first, I thought it was a joke. I replied with, "Haha, nice try. I'll send you an espresso machine or a KitchenAid mixer, your pick." She didn't think it was funny at all. Instead, I got a reply in all caps. "This isn't a joke. You make 6 figures. Don't be cheap." I calmly told her that I wasn't going to spend over $100,000 on her wedding gifts and that her list felt incredibly entitled. She completely flipped out. She called me spiteful and jealous, declaring, "Fine, then don't even come to the wedding if you're going to show up empty-handed." I just said, "Noted." I didn't go. What happened next was total chaos in the family. After her outburst, I stayed silent. No gift, no RSVP from me. I thought Tara would calm down and realize how ridiculous it was to expect a down payment and a luxury car as a present. Spoiler alert, she didn't. The wedding went on, held at a swanky vineyard with a floral budget that could probably feed a small nation. I stayed home, ordered sushi, and binge-watched crime documentaries. Honestly, it turned out to be one of the most peaceful weekends I've had in ages. But on the wedding day, my phone began buzzing. First, a text from my cousin Emily. "Are you really not here? Tara looks furious." Then my uncle checked in. "Are you okay? Everyone's talking about you." Apparently, Tara had saved a front row seat for me with a sign that read, "Sister of the Bride," and made a big show about it being empty. In her speech, she said, and I quote, "Some people chose not to support our union today because they were too focused on money and not on love." The crowd gasped, literally gasped. That's when things backfired on her. She had already bragged about her gift list to several guests, thinking it would impress them, as if demanding a car and an apartment was some kind of aspiration. Instead, it just rubbed everyone the wrong way, especially since she had openly mocked me for not buying her a whole condo. My cousin even sent me a video of our Aunt Carol at dinner, saying loudly, "I'd have skipped too if someone treated me like a bank." She's not a sister, she's a spoiled brat. Guests started whispering, and one of the groomsmen, who had clearly had a few too many drinks, raised a toast saying, "Here's to not confusing love with luxury. Not everyone needs to buy their way into a marriage." Yikes. After the event, family group chats exploded. Some defended me, while others were outraged that I didn't show up. Then, boom, my mom called, furious. "You embarrassed her. You made her look abandoned on her big day." I calmly pointed out that Tara had literally yelled at me not to come. She was shouting, actually, and I was just keeping quiet. Later, that night, Tara sent me a long text saying I had ruined her wedding vibe, embarrassed the family, and that I should never expect anything from her again. I just replied, "Deal." The next morning, my dad texted me privately. "For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing. That one line meant more than any wedding invitation ever could. About a week after the wedding chaos, things were oddly quiet. No more angry texts from Tara, no guilt-tripping voicemails from my mom, just silence until Instagram happened. Tara couldn't resist sharing her honeymoon in Greece and Italy, complete with captions like #blessed and #myforeverlove, alongside those overly filtered photos of stunning ocean views and luxurious suites. But what caught my attention was the comments. They started out nice, but quickly turned. One person asked, "Didn't you say your sister was paying for this?" Another chimed in, "Kind of awkward to flex when you publicly asked for a car and condo as wedding gifts, lol." And then someone, bless their soul, screenshotted and posted the actual PDF list Tara had sent out, the one with the car and apartment requests. The post went viral. People from our extended family, coworkers, even distant cousins began sharing it. Within hours, Tara had to restrict her comments and switch her account to private. The bride who wanted the world to envy her could hardly post anything anymore without getting roasted. I kept quiet. I didn't comment or react to anything, just sipped my coffee and watched it all unfold.
Then came the text from my mom.
"She's devastated. Everyone is making fun of her. You should have just let it go." My aunt chimed in. "She did this to herself. She's not a child any longer." And from Tara, "I hope you're happy. You humiliated me twice, first by not coming, then by letting everyone drag me." I didn't reply right away, but the more I read her messages, the clearer it became. She hadn't learned a thing. She still thought I was the problem. I finally sent a message. "Tara, I didn't share that list. I didn't make those demands. I didn't post anything. I stayed quiet like you asked. The only person responsible for how people see you is you." No reply. A few days later, my cousin showed me a screenshot of Tara's new Instagram bio. Haters gonna hate. Real ones know the truth. Sure. 3 weeks after the wedding, Grandma hosted her annual summer luncheon, a family tradition that included not just immediate relatives but also cousins, great-aunts, and some of Grandma's church friends. Basically, everyone puts on a happy face and pretends everything's fine. I hadn't planned on going, but Grandma called me personally. "You don't have to stay long, honey, but I'd love to see you, please." So I went. I wore a casual sundress, brought a homemade pie, and tried to smile. Within just a few minutes, Tara made her entrance, decked out in designer clothes and oversized sunglasses, even indoors, with her new husband trailing behind like a lost duck. The moment she saw me, she visibly froze. Her smile faltered, and she whispered something to Mom. You could feel the tension in the air. But Grandma was thrilled to see me, introducing me to guests as my strong, smart granddaughter, the one who actually brings food, not drama. Tara heard it. Everyone did. The atmosphere shifted. Once lunch was served, small talk turned awkward as everyone tried to navigate the wedding drama, the Instagram fiasco, and the gift list mess. Then it happened. My younger cousin Ava, bless her bold teenage heart, asked loudly, "Tara, did you really ask Maya to buy you a car and an apartment for your wedding?" Forks froze mid-bite. Conversations halted. Tara's face turned bright red. That's a private family matter. But Ava wasn't done. It was a PDF, though, and you called her cheap. You said she wasn't invited. We all saw the screenshots. I tried to hold in my smirk while looking down at my plate. Tara's husband chuckled nervously. Bad move. Tara snapped at him. Are you seriously laughing right now? Grandma cleared her throat, saying, You know, I've been wondering the same thing. Since when did weddings come with invoices for your sister? I've only seen Mia show grace through all this. Boom. It felt like the whole room exhaled at once. My uncle agreed. Honestly, it's about time someone said it. Just like that, people began to voice what they'd been holding back. Tara, you humiliated yourself. Mia handled it with class. You told everyone you deserved a condo. Who even says that? Even your wedding planner said you were rude. Tara jumped to her feet, her chair screeching loudly and startling a baby at the next table. Wow, so now I'm the villain? I'm the bride, and I get attacked at a family luncheon. She glared at me. I hope you're happy. You got what you wanted. Before I could respond, Grandma stepped in. Enough. You wanted a wedding parade, and you got a circus. Don't blame the audience for pointing out the clown.
Gasps.
A stunned silence fell, then a few turned coughs tried to mask laughter. Tara stormed out, with her husband trailing awkwardly behind her. No one made a move to stop them. As they left, the sliding glass door slammed hard enough to rattle the trays of lemonade. Tara's husband glanced back at me, not angry or apologetic, just embarrassed. We all sat there in silence. Finally, Grandma, calm as ever, took a long sip of her iced tea and said, she was never taught how to hear the word no. That broke the tension instantly. A few guests chuckled awkwardly while others shifted in their seats. Then the whispers began. I always thought Mia handled everything too graciously, Aunt Rachel said. She didn't even post anything. It was Tara's own mouth that got her in trouble, Uncle Mike pointed out. The most unexpected moment came from my mom, who had been quiet up until then. She was sitting stiffly next to Grandma, arms crossed, her face hard to read. But then, she let out a sigh. I tried to raise them both the same way. I really did, but now I see it. We spoiled her. We allowed her to treat others like they owed her something. Everyone was taken aback, me included. Then she turned to me, her eyes softening.
I'm sorry, Maya.
I didn't stand up for you. I should have. That apology in front of everyone meant more to me than anything Tara had ever done. I didn't need a big emotional moment, tears, or hugs. Just that acknowledgement was enough. Later that night, as I helped Grandma clean up with the guests slowly leaving, she glanced at me and said, You didn't lose a sister today. She lost a mirror. I didn't need to respond. I got exactly what she meant. Tara hadn't just cut ties. She'd soaked the whole family in gasoline and lit a match, expecting everyone to cheer her on. Instead, she walked away from her own storybook wedding, leaving behind a crowd that no longer viewed her as the perfect daughter. As for me, I felt finally free. No more guilt, no family pressure, and no more lectures about how she's my sister. Just pure peace. For the first time in a long time, I genuinely felt seen, not as just a wallet or the backup daughter, but as a person who had quietly reached her limit and finally said, no more.